Hello and welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos, the D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Do we have any plugs this week, guys? Folks.
Thank you for listening as always.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I guess as always, my art Twitter is fairly ran on Twitter, and I usually have art commissions open. And I'm also fairly ran on Facebook as well.
I do just want to do a quick semi-obligatory shout out to Jessie for joining us last week.
Yes.
And also, haha, sucked in, it's going to be months until you can hear this. But yeah, if you want to be able to create a character like Jessie did, or interact with us on a more sort of personal level than Twitter and the Facebook page, join our Patreon. We've got a Discord that you'll get access to. There's a bunch of fun goodies, a lot of all of the tremendously ridiculous hard work that Darby puts into this podcast that makes all of us look a little bit like scrubs. And yeah, that you get access to heaps of stuff and you can come bully us.
Speaking of which, this month's upcoming Patreon homebrew stuff is some magic items, including some stuff that hasn't actually been a part of this campaign but has been built for the world at different points, including the contingent ring used by Jake's character Jarl in the previous campaign, and the gloves of Minor Moist, made for a character in the very first campaign set in Fierlor.
I love both of them.
Alright. So, of course, if you still want to support us, but a monthly commitment is too much for you, we do have the Redbubble as well. We're hoping to get some more stuff in there, but for now we've got the logos for the main campaign and Strahd. And what else? This weekend is the final opportunity to see Merchant of Venice, starring yours truly as Shylock in the Botanical Gardens in Aubrey. If tickets are still available, I don't know what the ticketing situation will be, considering the state of the world at the moment. But there should hopefully be a link in the description below. Anyway, unless anyone else has something to add, I believe it's time to jump in to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So logically,
awesome.
it makes sense.
And we're back. So, where we last left off, a lot happened last week. Ross and Anya were reunited with Rook, or so they thought, as the headquarters of Diamatis Concord were attacked by an old friend of Ross's, leading a contingency of soldiers under the Wizards of the Ruins. This old friend proceeded to kill Drakkar, one of the leaders of the Concord. Ross revived them and grabbed onto Sam as he dimension doored out, where he revealed that it was part of a plan that the Concord had in place for 4 years. And that the Rook that was in the room with them was not actually Rook, but a Dread Magister of the Wizards of the Ruins known as Zath. After regrouping, Anya, Ross, and Zath teleported back to Deosil, where they were greeted by Spoons, who reached out a proverbial fig leaf. Fig leaf? No, not
Olive
fig leaf.
branch.
Olive branch. That's completely different. Although probably completely within Spoon's wheelhouse. But proverbial olive branch in a shoddily made, but fairly nicely sourced wand, proclaiming to be a wand of wonder. And everyone reunited out the front of the tavern. And that was practically where we left the party, but not before seeing a vision of Rook searching for a teleportation circle sigil within the city of New Arcadia, and being caught in the act by a commander and his retinue of soldiers. So, back in Deosil, what does everyone want to do?
Scream. Just
Fair.
into the sky.
So Bertie and Caius have just come around the corner. What do we see?
Spoons has buggered off, so you see. I don't think Neumann was down yet.
No, he was
no.
aiming to either meet everyone out the front and then take them to the newly arrived party, or simply just meet everyone where Ross and the others teleported to.
Yeah. So Zath, Anya, and Ross are out the front, and that is what you see, Caius and Bertie. And it's not long before Neumann comes out the door of the tavern to meet you as well.
Bertie might see Neumann playing around with his pockets a fair bit, as if he's making sure things are in there. He's giving them the tap, and then he stares at you and just gives you the biggest wink, wink.
Brady mimics that exact same wink as he sees you, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's back! Oh wow, it's really Rook. She's back! Oh wow, so exciting!"
And for anyone who would like a translation, it means the eagle has taken off. The plan is a go.
Incredible.
Rook looks a little, I keep doing finger prods every time I say Rook, by the way. It looks a little surprised to see Caius there. We'll say, Caius! So you've caught up again with these folks?
Oh my God, what are you doing here? Are you here as well? We just arrived a little... What? Were you in the fight as well?
What fight? I was in a fight, yeah.
Well, yes, no, we sort of rocked up here, and then there were a bunch of people attacking the town. We didn't know you were here. Oh my God. What a coincidence.
Caius, no, we retrieved her.
Yeah, they went to go pick him up.
Yeah, those two were kind enough to teleport me across over here.
Oh, where were you?
I was in Karas. Yeah, in Bob's Shard.
Oh.
Bertie knew. I told Bertie this morning, and Neumann knew as well, and
I
proper safety precautions.
I didn't tell you to, Kai, so it's okay.
That's why we had all that downtime, remember, guys? That's how we got some peace and quiet. We were able to read our books.
Oh, I thought they were sleeping. Well,
Anya, who looks both exhausted and quite injured, like very covertly, like pulls some of her coat over like an arm wound that is still sort of bleeding.
I was going to the next question. Are there like obvious injuries?
Rock,
Like outwardly obvious because he's
Uh,
not active.
Rook is probably slightly bruised.
I've got like one bruise,
like mild cuts, but nothing too serious. Ross seems to have been injured, but fairly severely, but from like the state of her clothes. But the wounds seem to have been mostly magically closed over. Anya is still
Anya
looking
looks like
quite rough.
she's taken about 50% of the beating. A
Yeah.
bit over.
Okay. Then I guess Caius is just going to go, well, I mean, it's really good to see you, and I guess if you guys have gone somewhere else, it's good to see you again. And Neumann, hello, I haven't seen you for about an hour or so. So, hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Bertie,
long time no
obviously,
see, buddy.
I've seen you.
Yes,
what
hello.
What happened to your clothes, Ross?
Well, picking up Rook did not exactly go as planned.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, you said you've been in a fight recently, Rook? But he kind of folds his arms and
Yeah.
cocks his head to one side.
Those wizard bastards won't give me any peace.
We should not have this conversation in the street.
Oh.
There have been developments, I guess.
We can go upstairs and discuss it,
But we are safe, and we have Rook, and everyone did survive. Well, not all of the bad guys survived, but we all survived.
Well, that's the main thing, I guess. Cool, we should probably go inside then. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. So nice to see you again, Rook, by the way.
It's good to see you too, Bertie.
Oh, thanks.
You look like you're doing well. Actually, is Bertie wearing his new armor?
Yeah, he is. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's wearing like the holographic scale mail, I guess. And he's like not wearing his coat, he's got like short sleeves and like just leggings and boots.
Oh, nice.
Normally.
Huh, you're looking a little more dressed for combat than you usually would be.
Oh yeah, wow, well yeah, absolutely. Well, I was training with Caius just now, but I'm trying to, take more responsibility for things. So I gotta get better at living, I guess.
Huh, I'd be interested to hear what changed that.
Oh, it's a long story. We don't need to talk about that now, though. Let's go inside.
Yeah.
See what you girls been up to.
as we walk inside and go up to one of the rooms, Ross is just gonna just give Anya a friendly little tap on the back, and that is a 4th level healing word
Oh, good.
for Anya, which is 4d4 plus 6.
Okay.
Little stealthy heal, so Caius doesn't see.
Yeah. It's
During a
literally
long
it.
lecture.
Oh, I rolled minimum.
Oh, Anya.
So 10.
Yep. Love that.
It's fine.
She gives you a weak, really weak smile. She's still really visibly like exhausted, but she's as like everyone sort of leaves off, she does hang back just a little bit and grabs your arm, and when the others are out of hearing distance, she's like, I know that something happened back there that you haven't been able to talk about yet. Just don't say anything, just small nod. Is it safe to discuss it?
She shakes her head.
Okay. Do we tell the others about Sam? Yet.
I'll tell them.
Okay. And she squeezes Ross's arm and she's like, you did very well. And she walks in and follows the others.
Ross takes a deep breath and goes in after her.
You sort of take a turn in a hallway, following everyone else. But what you'll find is that Neumann is actually split up from the group and has actually gone looking for you two. So Neumann is going to meet you two in the hallway before you get to the rest of the party. The second he sees Anya, he's going to immediately light up, and with your crazy good perception, you can probably tell from his body language that he's up to something cheeky, something mischievous. Anya.
Neumann.
How are you?
I kind of don't want to get into that right now.
Well, and he claps his hands together. I have something to give you.
She looks a little bit nervous and she's like, Neumann, if this has anything to do with you and the M word, I don't want it, okay? Like, it's a very kind gesture, but no thank you.
It's, perhaps, I think it's a different M word to what you're thinking of.
She looks even more concerned about that, and she kind of gives a worried look to Ross.
And he just goes, magical. What I'm about to give you
she looks relieved.
is magical. And he puts his hand in his pocket, and like he does like a rapid eyebrow raise towards Ross as well, like, you ready? Are you ready? As if he's trying to like hype it up without saying a single word.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his hand out of his pocket, swiftly puts it back into his pocket after he had a look at it, and then goes to the other pocket and takes out the green bracelet. Because he's too excited and actually picked up the red. He then gestures it out towards Anya, as if to say, let me put this on you. And points to his wrist.
Anya, she puts out her wrist, but she's like, thank you, Neumann. What is this for?
Well, it's a gift, and he says this as he puts it around Anya's wrist. It's a gift from
What?
myself and Birdie.
Bertie had that one.
Yeah, actually, I'd say Birdie had the biggest part in this. They provided the majority of the resources. Especially, and he like spins the bracelet around a fair bit to show the I believe it was a ruby that we put in this. Sorry, no, it was a green gem. I don't think it was a gemstone in particular, but quite a nice looking green gem. Birdie was the one who provided that part as well.
At first she sort of squints, looking a bit confused, not like at the bracelet, but just sort of off in the distance, sort of thinking about something, and then she softens a little bit, and she runs her hand over the jewel and looks at the bracelet for like a long few seconds, and then she looks up and she just very softly, she's like, oh, thank you, Neumann. This is the first gift that I've gotten from both of you, and it's I don't think Bertie has ever given me a gift before.
Bertie gifts us with his presence every day.
And she has like a small but genuine like smile, heartfelt smile. And that's full stop.
I will just add a little extra detail. As Neumann was rotating the bracelet to show you the gemstone, he also secretly triggered the mechanism to tighten it. So it just shrank enough so that it would like just loosely be the right size to fall off with effort, but it shouldn't fall off with effort. But it was pretty sneaky. But then again, you also are the god of sight, so I don't know whether or not Anya would have noticed that in a moment like that, but it was very, very subtle. And Neumann looks at Ross, because Neumann can't actually recall if Ross was aware of the plan. So when he did that,
I do not
eyebrow raise,
believe she was.
he was gauging Ross's reaction, which I'm assuming is something of like, what does that mean? What does this mean? Huh? With the rapid eyebrow raise.
She was
like,
she was really, really confused. And also, the longer you two have spent talking to one another, the more she's been trying to edge her way towards the room where the rest of the party is, without looking like she's edging her way towards the room where the rest of the party is. Not in like a I want to get away, just in a I feel like we should be in the same room right now vibe. But yeah, she was very much just like, huh? What?
Neumann is going to outstretch a hand towards Ross with one finger raised to the ceiling, the rest closed like a fist, and one to Anya as well, and just says, there's actually more to this gift as well. But that's something that will happen later. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Again, he does the biggest, like, he does the biggest, like, shit-eating grin, like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. And then he gestures like, all right, come on, let's go catch up, everyone. I'm sure you guys have a lot to tell us about.
Go into a room.
Anya enters the room. When she sits down wherever, she's gonna try and catch Birdie's eye, just sort of raise her wrist a little bit, and she mouths thank you. But she is a little bit worried after what Neumann has said. So she's like, there's just a little something to that.
There, when Birdie does catch Anya like raising her wrist, he like looks at her like with some query, and then like gives her like an extremely very toothy grin as like his ears flick up like in like prick up more, I suppose.
So
She, with that reaction, is even more concerned.
Fair.
Neumann sort of comes up from behind Anya, but from Birdie's vision, like within his field of vision, head outstretches from the side of Anya with massive eyebrow raisers, like, which a translation for anyone interested is stage 1 is complete. Stage 2 will be coming very soon.
And so visually, Birdie's grin just becomes wider and toothier, which probably looks even more disconcerting. And then he will flick his attention back to you.
So while that was happening, and it was Rook, Caius, and Birdie in the room, Caius immediately launches into so Rook, so welcome back. So what happened? Where have you been? People were saying you went off on your own little mission thing. Did that go well? Oh, I went off on a mission as well, but you tell me yours first. Then we have so much to catch up on.
Yeah, it's so good to see you again, Cass. I wasn't expecting it. Oh well, my mission did not go great. Which is why I'm with you folks again, since you seem a whole lot more competent, and it's not really working on my own. But no, sorry to bring the conversation down.
Oh no, that's okay. My mission didn't go well either.
It can be like that sometimes. What are you doing here, actually, if you don't mind me asking? I thought you had an emergency to deal with.
Oh, I did, and then the emergency sort of dealt with itself, and there was nothing that I could do about it, and then I got very sad for a moment, but now there's nothing else that I can do to affect it, so then they all came to see me, probably to wish me well, because they knew that I was going through a tough time, because they were all very close friends. And then everything just sort of happened, and I got swept away with them. And now we're here.
Oh, well, I guess everything kinda worked out. Sorry to hear things went bad for you there.
Oh, it's fine. It's no big deal.
But it's good to have a purpose, and it helps you work through things. Yeah, so I imagine that's what the team would provide for you. What exactly are you working on at the moment?
To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. We're just sort of... We're existing. We're here. There was something with the rock that was making people sick. And then we gave the rock to a temple. And then we felt better, and then we're here because we were all sad and we needed a time to sort of be happy again. And now, I don't think we're all happy, but we're all pretending we are, and I believe that's almost the same thing. So, I think we're going to go off and find another mission soon. Or continue the one we're on. I don't really know.
Your mission of, trying not to be sad?
Oh no, our mission is killing everyone who tries to kill us.
That's a solid
There
mission
seem to be a
have,
lot
I
of
guess.
those. I'll be perfectly honest.
Okay. Can I roll insight on Kai?
Yeah, roll.
Is he telling the truth? Is he leaving stuff out?
I will also say, Birdie did slink in after them, but he's just kind of been standing sort of awkwardly at the edge of the room again at this point. Similarly to when Neumann and Ross and Caius are having their book club thing, he's just kind of steeples his hands together and just sort of nodding along enthusiastically. But he looks kind of uncomfortable when Caius is oh well, he talks about the team in general and also let's not worry about everything. But yeah, so he's just being a little observer.
So yeah, roll me an insight check.
I rolled a 16.
16.
I mean, if there's a roll that I need to make, I'm just going to fail.
Yeah. There's You get the idea that there's some stuff that he's holding back, but like he's talking so fast and so about so much nonsense you have no idea about that.
Okay.
It's hard to make any sort of guess as to what he might be omitting.
Yeah, that's fair. Nice. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess I'll be happy to help with whatever you folks are all doing. I mean, I'm hoping to find some progress against the wizards. I imagine that's what Ross and probably Neumann would be trying to do too.
Oh, is that group of people that were annoying some towns? I left the group a little while ago, and they said that they were they went to a bunch of places far away, and there were some angry people there that were hurting town people, and they were taking the fight to them. And I don't know how that went, but I'm assuming, the group is incredibly good at what they do, so I can only assume it went very well.
Okay, the Wizards of the Ruins have taken a lot of power in Karasa. Maybe I'll ask some of the others. But no, we'll have to do some more training together sometime and have a better talk about it. It's good to see you again.
No, I've gotten so much better. I've been practicing my arm wrestling every single day, just with myself, but no one else will do that with me. But I think I'm getting better, so I'd love a rematch.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'll take you up on that.
Excellent. Well, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back, to be honest. Yeah. I think you folks will all be able to get things done. So, you staying at this place? Are we in, like, the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're probably in one of the rooms by now.
Okay. So I guess I'll make sure I got myself a room here. We're all sticking here for a while, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it's a good tavern. It's I would recommend it. I could probably get you a discount or something. We've just been staying for a couple of days. Yeah. For such a good friend, of course.
Thank you there. Thanks, Birdie.
Please tell me we've entered by now, because this is excruciating.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, they're in a different room, aren't they?
I think we were all going to...
Yeah, like you said-
Boys' room, probably, I guess.
Yeah, we were all going to the same room, but Neumann caught us in the hallway.
Yeah, so this is probably when you're entering.
I guess Neumann comes in and he sort of brushes his hands, as in like he's done a good job for today. And I guess he sort of comes into the room and he finds Rook. And are you guys sitting down right now, or what's the go? What's the vibe here?
Kaiser's standing in the middle of the room with his hands on his hips and a giant grin.
Birdie's standing against one of the walls.
Anya sits on one of the beds when she gets in. So
Yeah, what is Rook doing?
She's probably like leaning against a wall.
Alright, Neumann
Facing Kais.
comes and leans on the wall as well, like right next to you, like almost like mimicking your pose, but mirrored.
Nice. Hey there.
Hey, how you been?
I'm alright, I guess.
I was just, I don't know, last time we spoke, you sort of didn't know what you were doing, how things were going. You're quite frustrated with things as they were. I don't know, is that something you want to talk about? Or any gestures to Birdie and Kai? Like, were you guys just talking about this, or?
No, I was mostly asking what you folks have been up to.
Yes, no, I was just catching Rook up with everything that we've been doing since I rejoined the party.
Oh, it's been an absolute mess, hasn't it, guys? Oh my god. Look.
You're not wrong.
I think right now, the biggest challenge has been staying a happy party. We've taken a bit of downtime, I think. If you could consider it that, I really don't know, to be honest. Downtime for us is weird. Like, there's he tries to remember whether or not Rook saw Neumann in his clockwork armor.
No, that was after.
He goes, oh, okay, prime example. You see this? And he pushes himself off the wall and does like a spin, and then like a one hand outstretched towards the floor, one arm outstretched towards the ceiling, like ta-da! I got this when we went on holiday because I fought a giant robotic scorpion by myself.
Okay, that's
What's
quite
the best holiday ever?
impressive.
That's what I mean. Like our downtime is weird. It really is. I miss the way I used to adventure a little bit, I'll be honest, but boy have I got so many stories to tell now. So yeah, what can I think of what we've been doing? We've been fighting bad guys left, right and center. Obviously we visited Karas and did everything over there. You were there, you would know. Yeah, I think it's about time we deserved some form of downtime anyways. But what about yourself? Last time we spoke, you were heading off again on some mission.
Yeah, I was trying to make contact with the Concord, the Resistance in New Arcadia.
Yeah, that's right. I believe you were hoping to find some information on the Wizard of the Ruin, or something like that. How did you go? Anything you want to share, or?
Honestly, I tell you, the bureaucracy of that place. They think just because they won't let me get any information until I'm a high enough level, and apparently I'm too reckless and angry to be trusted in there, so yeah, they kind of didn't want anything to do with me in the end. So I was kind of hoping that I could get some information from you folks, maybe.
That's just not okay. You can get information from us, that's fine. But like, I'll be honest, you do have that upfront appearance, but these people obviously haven't taken the time to get to actually know you, because deep down, you're the Rook that we all know and love, and you're the kindest, sweetest person. Like, people just don't get it.
Aw, I don't think anyone's ever called me sweet before, but that's nice of you. I do know I've got problems with my anger and stuff, but I think it's right to be angry if no one's doing anything about anything, am I right?
And unfortunately, when like hierarchy and stuff is involved, things do take a long time. I studied business models and things. I think this one in particular I was looking up was it's called pyramid scheming or something. Yeah, it's just basically, things go down the chain and it takes quite some time. So like, that's why, that saying is like, if they won't do it, you just have to do it yourself. That's because you can just do it just like that. But some things you can't do by yourself, unfortunately, as nice as that would be.
Yeah.
But going back to you being sweet, of course. Like, I'm not sure if you remember, but the longest time we spent with each other was on that airship. And I'm pretty sure almost every morning you would train with Kais. And basically every night you would go around and talk with people. And then for the farewells, you went round to every single person individually, or you would give people the time if they came to you to have a deep and meaningful with them. You made sure that everyone had their say before you left, and like, I'm very thankful for that. And he like gestures around the room to everyone who's being very quiet right now, probably listening in awe of all these things that Neumann's remembering. Like, it's bringing him like really like some like good memories. He's making him really happy. So I'm hoping it's doing the same for you guys.
Oh yeah, the airship.
Enthusiastically.
Yeah.
The airship times, am I right? And all the training with Kais especially. Good times for everyone.
Actually, do you mind if we relive a moment?
Okay.
I've actually me and Ross discovered this one actually, and he goes into his bag of holding and he brings out the mayonnaise. He also goes into the bag of holding and brings out some breadsticks. Me and Ross discovered this, and it's very good. It is really, really good. Did you want to? Like last time you tried this, you really liked it. So I don't know. It's just good seeing you again. I would love to. Yeah, not many people here like mayonnaise. Ross wasn't too keen on it, but I really liked it. And he dips one breadstick in. He dips another breadstick in and gestures it out towards Rook.
You and your mayonnaise, Neumann. I'm gonna roll a constitution to see if Zap hates mayonnaise.
Okay.
Anya, from where she's sitting, just has her head in her hands. And you can't tell whether she's just exhausted and trying to gain some energy or whether she's horrified.
So, were you rolling for hating mayonnaise or rolling for liking mayonnaise?
Liking mayonnaise?
And it was a 19?
I was a 19. I don't know if that was a very sensible roll, but Zap takes the mayonnaise with mildly more enthusiasm than Rook did.
All right.
Thank you.
Darby, do we need to do another high or low roll to find out whether or not the mayonnaise has passed its best before?
Because
it was in a vacuum.
Because it hasn't been long since you last tried it, and it was fine last time.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay.
So he's going to roll a d4 to see how it tasted. for maximum taste.
Very
I
nice.
think it's definitely company that like makes this taste better. I think if anyone can take away anything from the session tonight, it's just that mayonnaise tastes better with friends.
All you listeners at home. Just remember that.
Boy, this is fun.
Okay, so before Darby says what it looks like he's been going to say, I will say you revealing that Newman's having this conversation loud enough for all of us to hear it really ruined the fact I got a 25 on perception to try and hear that conversation.
You hear it too well.
It's fine.
You regret it.
I hear it too well. But also the whole time you guys have been talking, Ross has been like closing the door and like just kind of futzing around the room. Like she goes over to the window and like throws the rock back out into the alley. And she's like just, checking in, saying hi to people, da-da-da, but she's always got she seems not super distracted, but she does seem a little more reserved than normal as she kind of goes around and says hi to people and does all that and puts like her bag away and blah, blah, blah.
I guess to sort of wrap this up, Neumann says, well, I guess where I'm trying to go with all this is that we're all really glad to have you back, Rook. And if you are staying for a while, let's make tonight a good night. Drinks on me, everyone, tonight. So,
Oh, Neumann, you shouldn't have. I'm actually really excited. Rook, I have been perfecting. I reckon I can make a cocktail that will encapsulate you. So I'm really excited to trial it out. It's something I'm actually quite good at. Just in your honor, for you to be here with your friends again.
Oh, I'm interested to see that, although I'd be careful if flame and alcohol don't mix well. That's
we'll
key
see.
feature of it.
I think I can get it right. Probably. And if anyone's paying, isn't that even better? Wow, great. This is a great time. Is it great spending time with our friends?
Ross kind of goes to the middle of the room where Caius is and just kind of like taps him on the shoulder to be like, you can take like a step to the side, bud.
Oh.
You don't have
And Caius does take a step to the side and sort of crosses his arms and then uncrosses them and puts them down
Anya,
on his side and then is like, oh, what do I do?
Anya, with her head still in her hand, like reaches up one hand and like gestures to the bed next to her. But it kind of also looks like she's rubbing out a migraine. But like for Caius, she gestures.
Oh. Caius is actually paying attention to Ross at the moment, so he probably wouldn't see that.
That's fine then.
Okay. Ross kind of gets into the middle of the room and she's like, okay, so before we get into the revelry, it's important we tell you guys what happened in Bapsashad.
Meanwhile, in Karas, Rook, you find yourself going through a different corridor now, following the armored man at the center of the group that you ran into in the hall of teleportation circles, and you see him put a hand out just to shush you. Can I get you to roll me a stealth check?
Okay. That's a natural 20. That's a 22.
Nice. Okay.
I am
Okay.
in the dark.
And you see he has a finger to his lips as if to shush you. He says, "Stay here." Before going across to a room, which he disappears into and emerges a few moments later. Might not be what you're used to, but it should do the trick for the time being. And he throws you a great sword. All right, back to the circles. Okay. Back in Bapsashad. Oh, not in Bapsashad. Back in Dayasil.
Back in Bapsashad, Drakar is like, hey, everything's shit, because the purple idiot ruined everything. Then back in Dayasil.
Alright.
So, while we were in Bapsashad, I decided to stop by the Concord to let them know that I was going to be away for longer than anticipated. With you all, which is where we found Rook again as she was being chased by the Wizards of the Ruins, who were being led by an old friend of mine, who I thought I knew, and I don't anymore. I was off my game. He killed Drakar. I revived him, but I don't know if that's going to help in the long run. He dimension doored away. I went with him. He let me go. The Concord is compromised. I feel like we should all know that.
Is Bapsashad gonna be okay, or?
Drakar said he will do what he can. I don't believe the wizards will be planning another attack. For all they know, my spell didn't work. But they attacked once.
Should we... Is that somewhere we should probably be? For your friends and all that then?
I don't know. Because at the end of the day, we can't take on all of the wizards. And I know that some of us in the room had our issues with the Concord. I know I had my issues with them. But we are not the Concord. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 of us, and thousands, if not millions of them.
Well, we should probably report this then.
To who?
To Athena.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, Neumann.
The convocation can do something, certainly. But in the wake of this, until we know more, I think we should all stick together. I know we've been saying that for days, but I think we don't go out alone. If there's 3 of us in a room and 2 of us leave, we don't. We always have to be in groups. I don't want any of us to be compromised the way my home was. The way my friend was.
Well, as the self-declared parent of the party, I am hereby banning you all from going alone.
Yes.
Caius, as the other parent declared by yours truly, you are in charge of making sure that people follow these rules. And I will happily comply.
A glance over to Anya.
Anya looks very surprised. She looks surprised at Neumann saying he's the self-declared parent. She looks very surprised when Caius looks over to her. And she, her eyes widen a bit, but she nods and she's like, Caius, you're the most knowledge one of us with protection. So that's yes. If you're looking to me for approval, that's yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was being subtle. No, I was looking at you because I thought you would be a threat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry, it's just in the past you've sort of a couple of times done your own thing. But that's fine. We're a better group
we
now.
We haven't had this conversation yet. I won't be a problem. I say this in front of all of you, so you can all hold me accountable for it. But no, I funnily enough, I was not the last one to go off on my own, so I will not be the problem.
Oh boy, this is
I've definitely
fun.
learnt my lesson as well, so I won't be doing that again either.
I think we've all learned that maybe going off on their own is not a good idea.
Always
And
at
that's
least
no one's fault. Just we shouldn't do it.
So Ross, do you think that you might have been followed then, or they're gonna be tracking you? That's why we're all in trouble from the wizards now?
No. It's. I don't think we were followed. I don't think they had any chance to get any magical tracking devices on us, but I thought I knew Sam better than anyone. And they got him. And I know they aren't this far south, but we're not always going to be in Deosil.
Rook will step forward and say, I guess I gotta put it out there that there might be the slight chance that they're gonna try to kill me. I mean, I don't want to put any of you in danger. I got their attention a while back trying to hunt them down. I had it checked and I don't have any magical tracking or anything, but
Anya, she chuckles a little bit, and she sort of looks up to where Rook is, and she's like, "You are not
the only one in this room who has been attracting attention over the past few weeks. So I don't think having you with us and having you protecting us and under our protection is really going to pose any more of a risk than we are all already aware of.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope that I can offer my services. I mean, I hope that we can all work together to take these people out. And it feels strange to me to say, but since they're such a big organization, I think we might have to be a bit more stealthy about it. She puts on a disgusted face at that word.
Caius also does.
So yeah, I think, I don't know, go on to the convocation. Or whatever else sources that you have, that could be pretty useful. The only source I really have is my my axe and my arms.
Anya, she nods and she stands and she's like, okay, I think for tonight, we lay low. Tomorrow we should attempt to touch base with Ofina. Stick together, count our resources, and figure out our next step. And she turns to Caius and she's like, Caius, can I ask you a favor?
Of course.
Tomorrow, I will be training Ross in the morning, under the interest of not only sticking together, but also helping with her training. Will you come down and assist me?
I think it would be a good idea to have 3 people instead of 2 in a group.
You'll be training her to defend, I'm guessing, Anya, yeah?
Yes, and to help utilize her magic how I've seen a battle bard use their magic.
But he looks very tired at this, and he's like, okay, yeah, sure. Well, you're the pro here.
I also would like, for this to be an exercise with you at one point or another too, Bertie. But that can be for another day.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you're teaching her.
I think, and she sort of turns to everyone and she's like, I think now more than ever, if we are not familiar with how each other fights, we all need to be. Because I don't know what the future holds, but I know that there will be more than one fight ahead of us.
Say that again. I guess I'll also throw the other out there if anyone wants a bit of fighting practice. I'm always happy.
Well, I'm sure Anya would like to spar with you sometime, Rook.
I'll be open to that.
Anya, she smiles a little bit, but she's still sort of quite serious, and she's like, after training, maybe, but I think the training is important.
All right. I don't know if I should keep doing this, but can I roll an insight check on Anya?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, wrong. Shit. Okay. So that is that's a 25.
Okay. Yeah, Anya.
looking for like ulterior motives or any.
Basically,
Yeah.
you could probably, with that insight check, tell that everything she says is laced a little bit with worry. There's no suspicion in her voice whatsoever.
Oh, nice.
Like she's not rejecting this offer because she's suspect of Rook. It's more now more than ever, she's desperate to make sure that Ross is trained and like put to the best of her fighting ability for like that safety, for the safety of herself and the safety of everyone else.
In a move that almost like trying to flip the energy of the room, Ross like claps her hands together and she's like, well, that's the pressing stuff. So, I'm really sorry I left you guys in the lurch yesterday. I was meant to perform so we could stay in our rooms, but, yeah. So, I'll probably need to organize that again. If you guys want to keep talking to Rook, Birdie, do you want to come with me and organize that for tonight?
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do that.
Cool.
Funny story, actually. So yeah, cool. Let's do that. Yeah.
As the second parent and of the group and dedicated protector, will you be leaving the premises?
No.
Right.
Of course not.
Bertie, I will be tasking you with ensuring that you do not leave the premises, and Ross, I will be tasking you to ensure that Bertie follows that bargain.
It's okay, guys. I won't be too long. Remember, we've got an appointment later on this afternoon. And he winks at him.
Caius blinks.
He tries to wink again. He's like,
in her hands again.
okay, yeah, okay, sure. Let's go talk. Let's go talk to him, Ross. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. As we're walking away, Ross is going to let Birdie get in front of her. She's going to, like, shut the door behind her. She's going to break one of the baubles on her belt, revealing a focus worth about, say, 100 gold that you could use to cast something like, say, clairvoyance. That you could use to then have set up in the room where Rook is. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way clairvoyance works is it's an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to me or that I've visited or seen before, or an obvious location such as behind a door. It remains in place for it takes 10 minutes to cast. Amazing.
Has she been doing that while we were having the
But
convo?
it remains in place for the duration it can. We're gonna retcon she did that. So Anya probably saw her break the bauble, but no one else probably did.
Yeah, that's fine, because I was going to ask that too. Anya,
just let
once again, pointedly does not react.
Yeah, I got real good sleight of hand. Yeah. So... Yeah, it has a range of a mile, it lasts 10 minutes. And I can choose seeing or hearing through the sensor, and if anyone has true sight, all they will see is a luminous, intangible orb about the size of a fist, but she's actually going to set it up so it's like under one of the beds.
Okay.
And then off with Birdie so she can switch between seeing and hearing what's happening in the room.
Okay.
She's mostly going to use it to kind of in the back of her head just be listening to anything Rook says.
Okay.
And anything the party tells Rook for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does it only last 10 minutes or does it take 10 minutes to set up?
Takes 10 minutes, lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Which is annoying. I'd hoped it lasted longer, but it's fine. Everything's fine. So, and then she's going to continue with Birdie, but I'm assuming he's probably heading to like the front signs where the people were aiming to
Yeah,
talk
definitely.
are.
It's a little bit awkward. His ears are flicked back. But he's kind of just toddling along.
And she's going to catch up to him and just tap him on the shoulder and then like gesture with her head to kind of stand under the stairs instead.
Uh-huh. Okay.
She's just gesticulate.
He looks confused, but he does then just follow her gesture.
And she ducks under there with him. And she's just like, okay, so I have to tell you something that you are very much not going to believe. But I think the fact you're not going to believe me is the reason I have to tell you.
Okay. This conversation's making me very nervous, I gotta say.
Oh, believe me, it's making me quite nervous as well.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Something else happened in Babsashad.
Very suddenly kind of his ears prick up and he's like brow furrows quite a lot. He's like, did you die again?
No. No one else has Revivify. I wouldn't be here.
Okay, good. Well,
okay.
Good. Well, that's good. Good. And
Yes.
it's fine. Well,
Don't.
cool. Sorry. No, that
No,
was
no.
yeah. Let's what did you want to talk about?
I'm trying to work out where to start. Okay, do you have anything that proves I'm telling the truth?
About anything in general?
Just anything.
Like what? To prove that it's you, or you're telling the truth, or
Just
Well, I don't have anything to prove that you're telling the truth. You've made it pretty clear you're pretty good at
Okay.
lying about stuff, so I don't know. And getting
Okay,
people to
then,
like you, so I don't know.
okay, then you are really. Ooh. Okay, Birdie. Like I said, I don't think you're going to believe this. But I do have reasoning. Okay?
You can talk, I'll listen. I'm a patient man.
That is not Rook.
What? Huh?
It's a shapeshifter, a death magistrate of the Wizard of the Ruins, who has taken her form.
What?
I know, I didn't believe it either, but it is.
And how do you know that? You've known Rook for what, a week?
Okay. That friend I had.
Mm-hmm. The one you, jumped into a dimension door with after he killed your boss?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On my
He could
boss's
have killed
order.
you very easily.
He could have, but I didn't believe he would. Because that whole fight, he didn't attack me, he didn't attack any of us. He only attacked my boss, Drakkar, who wanted him to. Because Sam is like me, and he has been undercover in the Wizards of the Ruins for 4 years. I didn't know until I'd already jumped through the door with him. But he's been hiding this for years. And he knows it's not Rook. He's currently trying to help Rook if I believe him, and I don't believe everything he told me, but I believe most of it.
You said you haven't seen him for 4 years, so how can you know
I
he's
know.
telling-
Because Drakkar told me the same thing, and I've known Drakkar a lot longer.
Can you trust him?
With my life.
Can I trust you?
With my life. I will do anything to prove that I'm telling the truth.
I mean, it seems like Rook. Why would they come here disguised as Rook? Anya was gonna go catch up with her. I don't know if you know, Anya's very fond of Rook.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why us. I don't know why Rook. I don't know anything. There wasn't time. But they want something from us, or from Rook, or just from the power Rook has.
Huh.
And they're too powerful. If it gets revealed that they're not Rook, they're too powerful for us to take alone, at least. Not, especially not back in Bapsashad. Maybe with all of us we could do something, but I don't. We have to keep having them think that we don't know until the real Rook can get here.
Ross, this is... I gotta say, I don't know Rook that well. She doesn't like me very much. That's fine, because not many people do. It looks like her and Kaius get along really well, which is great. And like, she seemed pretty happy. She ate Neumann's horrible mayonnaise stuff.
They're good at their job, I guess.
I haven't wanted to say this, and I guess it's difficult. Again, I don't know Rook that well, so I can't be a good judge of that, but I don't know you that well either. And we don't know each other very well. It takes me a long time to get to know people and to trust them. Most of the time. Some other factors notwithstanding. But we'd known each other for about a week when we were in Bapsashad. Well, you were very good at sneaking into that tower with the wizards. You were very clever. You are very clever. Creepily enough, Neumann is very clever in some things, but I've noticed you're very clever with lots of things. And, you've been different since you came to Deosil. Now I can get it. I just don't quite know why. And after all that we know about you is that you're an intel agent for what we hope is the good people in Bapsashad. Definitely the wizards are not good people. But you've been very reckless and very friendly to the Silviuses, to the whole family, and even in a way to Anya and Neumann. And I don't know precisely why. If it's just a fun con, that's great. I can get it. If it's just for coins, that's great. I've been there for most of my life. In fact, I'll tell you this now. This tavern here, you probably don't need to sing for it because this is where I grew up. And my keepers, the people that own the tavern, this is just where I had to be to get how I am, and I had to make as much gold as possible to make a life for myself. But I don't know Rook that well, but I don't know you that well, and probably getting it wrong just like I did with everything, but I'll just ask you one question, I guess. Back really only a couple of days ago, before the thing happened in the alleyway for you and Caius, when Caius got upset about the belt thing in the shop, you saw I was upset about it, and that I was going to go after him to try to make it right, and you knew. You didn't just run past, you knew. And you still cut me off to go after him yourself. Why did you do that?
This whole time Birdie has been talking, she's just kind of been shrinking in on herself. And honestly, Bertie, I thought you were too close. That Caius doesn't seem like someone who lets people know he's upset. And he doesn't seem like he wants to hurt you. He wants to make sure you're okay, and if that means not telling you when he's hurting, he'll do that. And he doesn't know me from Eve. I'm sorry. I knew going after him would hurt you, but I didn't know then how much you cared. And I'm really sorry.
And Bertie does look a little bit teary. And I will also notice when he was getting upset and angry, his eyes did go back to that red for a few moments. But he kind of just looks like tired now. He's like, okay, well.
Can I tell you something, Bertie?
Yeah. Sure, go ahead.
Because I know I mentioned going to college a couple of times. What I didn't mention is that I ran away. My parents wanted me to give up being a bard and become a cleric like my mother. So I went to Navora instead. And it was the loneliest I have ever been. Because no one spoke to me. Because I was the first tiefling to go to that school in 20 years. So I made myself smaller. I tried to look normal. And then one day, Sam sat down next to me and just waited for me to talk. And I did. And for 2 years, he was my only friend. And I always thought we'd get our happy ending, maybe. And then he went traveling. And the first time I saw him since was an hour ago. You have no reason to trust me. I have no reason to trust him. But you understand why I do, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And Betty will sit there, because we're staying under the stairs, I think, and Betty will sit down and like pat the floor next to him.
She sits down with him. It's yeah.
Okay, up in the room.
Sorry.
Up in the room with Rook, or Zath, Anya, Neumann, and Caius.
I was just listening to that good scene.
After Bertie and Ross leave the room, Anya slumps back down on the bed. The bed she would have picked to sit on, by the way, would be Neumann's bed. So she kind of slumps back and just lays back on the bed with her eyes closed. Just like she's catching her breath.
So Caius, as soon as Bertie and Ross left the room, he has stood by the door, just waiting for them to come back. And he's like scanning the room, and he's like looking at the windows, and just sort of, he's gone very single-minded.
Nice. I guess Zath will go to Neumann then and say, so, we were talking about the times on the airship before, right?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, Alfina, she doesn't seem to be traveling with us at the moment, no?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Actually, to be honest, I don't actually remember what happened with it. Me as a player, can I please be reminded? Because I'm pretty sure they parted ways. Am I wrong in thinking that?
Yes.
Like now, Neumann actually doesn't know where.
Yeah, you don't
Athena
know exactly where Athena is at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I'll be completely honest. Maybe this is incredibly irresponsible of me. I actually have no idea where Athena is. I was actually hoping someone else would when I suggested that we report the current situation to Athena.
Oh, wow.
I'm probably the worst person to talk to about this.
My mistake.
Anya pipes up with her eyes like still closed, and she's
she'll slump back. She's like, we will probably sending her or message her the spellcasters, Neumann. It's okay.
Yeah, that's right. I believe Birdie can do something about that. And then I'm pretty sure Ross has also used the mail system here. So Ross, if failing that, Birdie isn't able to do it, then Ross should be able to help us out.
Oh, that's handy. I'm just sorry, I'm still rather in business mode after going solitary for a while.
Yeah.
So,
you should
yeah,
be.
I'm just
You should
hoping.
be in relaxing mode, I reckon.
Oh, it's hard for me sometimes.
I guess.
Yeah, I was wondering. So I keep on messing up Concord and Convocation so much. It's a pain. Convocation, the Arcane Convocation. Are they gonna be more like actively supportive, or are they all like the bureaucracy of the new Arcadia place?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it takes forever for any decisions to happen there. I'm pretty sure last time we had a big meeting, I'm pretty sure we had multiple meetings, and to be honest, not much came of it other than a trip to Bubs Shard, which, to be honest, they didn't really take us there. We made our own way there.
Oh.
They just sort of suggested a way to get there, which required us to do most of the work anyways. To be honest, actually they haven't been that helpful other than...
Yeah, so they're not like wielding a lot of power, I'm guessing.
I don't know, maybe they think they're out of their... Well, okay, I will admit it's specifically to do with the Wizards of the Ruin. Perhaps maybe they feel like it's out of their jurisdiction.
You do recall Athena noting that, like, she explicitly didn't want to make a big splash with showing up in Karas.
Yeah.
Especially as a high-profile member of the Convocation.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I don't think they want to do too much there. I think, to be honest, the main reason for our visit was just to have a look at how things are going.
I see.
As for the other stuff, I think they have their own problems to deal with. Hell, even some of our meetings, some of them weren't actually there. Apparently, they were like holograms or illusions, and it's not my kind of magic. I don't understand it all that well, but
that's weird. I wonder what's more important to them then.
I don't know. The whole thing seems pretty important to me, so I'm not sure if they've got their priorities set right. Maybe the hierarchy needs to be shuffled around a little bit. What do you say, you and me? We'll be up there one day. What do you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. That magic kind of stuff isn't much for me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Maybe you could... I don't know. You've got that kind of ambitions, do you?
I don't know. Perhaps. I mean, you know sort of why I'm adventuring at the moment. I just want to sort of see my home back the way it used to be. Maybe if I can achieve that at all, then maybe that might be a future ambition. But to be honest, I'm not really worried about what I'm going to be doing in the future right now, especially because of the situation at the moment. I'm also worrying about what I can do now and how much of a difference I can make in the short term rather than the long term right now.
That's totally understandable. Yeah, I think you'll be a good asset against the Wizards. You're a pretty strong person.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. A force to be reckoned with, I reckon. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I was actually really hoping you'd have some information to help me out personally, to be honest. When you went to New Arcadia to find stuff out about the Wizards, who to look out for, or who to avoid, who to target. I was sort of hoping for just anything, because right now the Wizards of the Ruin just seem untouchable to me. And
All right.
I mean, I've got my priorities sort of all jumbled up at the moment, but it's sort of just making basically the thing I've been longing for the past 20 or so years sort of get further and further out of my reach. And right now it almost seems impossible. So You sure you didn't get anything that
I mean,
at
what
least
kind
I
of,
could use, or
what information specifically are you after? Like names and targets and such? You were saying?
maybe? But to be honest, I don't even know that much about the Wizards of the Ruin except how disgusting and powerful they are. And like that goes all the way down it goes all the way from the roots to every single branch of that organization, even the brutes that we run into. Like literally, even the pen pushers, they're all rotten to the bone. We met a party ages ago, a party of the Wizards of the Ruin, and they were really obsessed with the Age of Carnage. Like just it was a really weird conversation. But yeah, when we ran into them, I'll be admit they were very disrespectful to me. And they basically told us to mind our own business, and then we didn't mind our own business, which found us going to the same place they did. And we don't know what they were doing there, but they were investigating some ruins, and basically a beholder got them all. But to be honest, as much as I don't wish death amongst people, they sort of did deserve it. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I can get you on that one. I think a whole lot of my character is focused on hating these wizards. Yeah.
Well,
I guess you've had 10 years, but it's just been about a year for me since my family was taken out.
I mean,
yeah.
look, maybe this is not a good time to bring it up, but I am curious enough about what I want. What about what you want? Did you find anything about your tribe, or?
I didn't find much about my tribe. I learned that a few of our cultural artifacts are in circulation in smuggling circles. Yeah, but otherwise, I don't know. I just learned of a few minor names in New Arcadia, and there's a couple of people I was tailing before I got in too much trouble, and the Concord told me to get out of there. So I could probably pass you on a list if that'll help.
Yeah, sure. Like literally anything. Like even if it's to help you, to help us, just anything. Because right now I'll be honest, I'm a little lost, and I'm sort of relying on the other guys to sort of give us any sense of direction at the moment.
No.
Because to be honest, I'm like twiddling my thumbs here, not knowing what to do. Whilst the downtime is good, I'm sort of the clock's ticking.
It can get a bit like that. I think sometimes action is what you need. Even if now I guess it has to be more stealthy information gathering action.
Meanwhile,
But yeah, I'll write you a list.
Meanwhile, back in Karas, we see the image of Samuel Visk walking calmly out of the Tower of Karthos Tenexicus, although holding the door open a little longer than would seem normal to most. We see him walk through to the location of the headquarters for Diamata's Concord. And again, every time he goes through a door, he seems to hold it open a little longer than you would think he should. Eventually he finds the hidden door that he was looking for, where within this chamber is Drakkar, asleep on a cot, and he walks into the room, leaves the door open for a little longer than he should, and then closes it, making sure that it is sealed tight, before dropping the invisibility spell cast on Rook Gisara. Alright, get some sleep. We're gonna be teleporting out in the morning. Might be a bit disorienting once we get there, though. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh,
Spicy.
Nice. Good sesh.
yeah, have a good sesh.
And that's just halfway through. That's just halfway through tonight's recordings.
Yeah, y'all listeners at home have to wait a week to hear what happens.
Yeah. Oh boy, they're gonna freak when they hear. Oh my gosh, the things we have in store for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful week.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
have a good week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for
See you.
listening.
Goodbye.
I just love how at no
getting a
point,
gist.
and it's all very in character, it's
I'm
not
ducking to the
metagame,
bathroom.
but at no point has anyone said, oh, by the way, we're gonna fight a god.
Yeah.
Well, there's been implications of it. Every time Neumann references it, he goes, the current situation.
Oh,
Kai's
God.
mentioned that we threw a rock at a church.
Oh my god.
There was a stone that was making people sick. And I was like,
Zap
the
is just
sending
like,
stone?
Yeah.